Welcome to the Compassionate Geek podcast and videocast. I'm Don Crawley, and our special guest today is Aaron Huff. Aaron is the Director of Operations for Ergos. They're a managed IT and cloud services firm based in Houston, Texas. They service about 1,000 clients, and I met Aaron at a conference in June, and he told me an interesting story, and so we're going to have him share it with you today. Aaron, welcome to the Compassionate Geek podcast.
Thanks, Don. Glad to be here.
Aaron, this is about how you evaluate your help desk staff and the results that you achieve. So in the past, how did you evaluate your help desk staff?
We evaluated them in a very standard way. So ticket closures, calls answered, that type of thing. And basically the primary motivation behind that was to stop clients from being unhappy, to prevent things that would make a client unhappy.
That makes sense. And it was just the traditional metrics.
Right, very, very standard.
And how do you do it now?
So now we've changed it. We now evaluate the help desk staff on their ability to consistently provide experiences that are worth raving about to our clients. And then we use feedback from our clients as a primary measure of that. Basically, we celebrate individuals who are able to get commented on their demonstration of our core values and creating that phenomenal support experience and just a lot of customer service.
It sounds like you're doing more qualitative than quantitative evaluations now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yet you as a manager still, or a director, continue to look at the quantitative metrics. Is that correct?
Sure.
But
absolutely.
What you share with your staff is the qualitative information.
Right.
And what are the results?
So since we made the change, it's really been better than I would have ever imagined. I mean, I felt like we were doing the right thing. There was validation all around, but really some of the results have been extraordinary. Basically, I'll give you an example. When recently, a couple weeks ago, we had a widespread internet outage in one of our regions. And you can imagine what that was. We were getting inundated with calls, emails that were coming in from all over, and phones were just blowing up. It was crazy, right? So by the time that was all said and done, the satisfaction scores actually went up. So the more people we interacted with, the better things got, the happier they were. So that's really, and it's not an isolated occurrence. That happens every time we get busy now. So it really changed the tone of the support center. Now when we're busy, people aren't like, oh no, I'm dreading these busy days. It really gets the team fired up because they know that we're going to have a better opportunity than normal to create more satisfied clients. So in fact, after the first couple of times this happened, I made a huge deal about it the first time. I was like, this is fantastic, team. This is outrageous. I can't believe what's happening. This is great. You guys did a great job. Happened again the next time. And by the third time that it happened, I noticed that the team was telling me how our support scores were doing before I told them. So it really became a rallying cry around what we can do taking on this new approach.
So it not only increased customer satisfaction, it sounds like it also helped with team building.
Absolutely. Morale got very high and stays very high. It's people don't dread the busy days anymore. And when you get to that in IT, it's just phenomenal.
That's almost unheard of. So what made you change?
We realized that our goals, what we were trying to work for, really didn't have an effect on creating a happy client. It really only just tried to minimize the effect of them not being unhappy, right? So we started looking for a different approach. We started changing the way that we were going to do it, and we started focusing on what would make them happy. We started focusing on satisfaction. We started focusing on customer service. And as we did that, we started noticing validation all around. When a friend of yours gets a new car, you start noticing that car everywhere.
Yeah, right.
Oh, hey, there's that car. Or, hey, there's that car. And that's what we saw. We saw a lot of validation all around, and it eventually culminated when actually you were announced as the keynote speaker for one of the industry conferences we were going to go to. So we were excited. We looked into the Compassionate Geek book, all your content on your website, and that was it. That was really what sealed the deal for us and how we knew that that's what we needed to be doing.
So After having gone through the experience and read the book and other resources and seeing the results, do you have recommendations for other people in similar situations to yours?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say don't focus on what makes clients less unhappy. That's not a good strategy, right? Focus on truly what makes them happy. What experiences do they enjoy, and focus on that and do that more. And I think when you look at it like that, it becomes very obvious that customer satisfaction and customer service needs to be at the focal point of what you do, and make that your culture.
This almost sounds like a branch of psychology called positive psychology, where they study what is right instead of what is wrong.
There you go, absolutely. Don't focus on what's wrong, focus on what's right.
So how has this affected you personally in your job? How do you feel about your job today compared to before you started doing this?
I mean, for me, being fulfilled in what I do is very important. And I feel like it's so much easier to get that fulfillment, and it's so much better to lead a team of people that are happy to be doing what they're doing. It's so much more gratifying for me personally. And being able to take that and then share that whenever we have clients come through to do tours, I get to tell them about it. They can tell that I'm enthusiastic. They can tell that I've got energy. They can tell the entire team is happy to be doing what they're doing. So, I mean, it's clearly changed me for the better, and it's much easier for me to feel fulfilled in what I'm doing, my day-to-day business.
Did you get any pushback when you decided to make the change? Anybody?
A little bit. I mean, it's always hard to go against the grain and to break tradition and to break the standard call center type of statistics and everything. But I'm fortunate that the senior team here, the senior executive management team, really believes in freedom and believes in innovation, and they backed me 100% in making the change. And once they were able to see the results, it wasn't too hard of an argument.
So one final question, and I think the answer is obvious, but I'm going to ask anyway. If you had it all to do over again, would you do it exactly the same way?
Oh, absolutely. I would just do it sooner.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure, Don. Thanks for having me.
You bet. We've been talking with Aaron Huff, who's the Director of Operations for Ergos in Houston, Texas. They're a managed IT and cloud services firm. And you heard it right from the source, people who are implementing positive customer service within their organization and how it works. Aaron, thanks again. Really appreciate you talking with us.
My pleasure. Thanks again for having me.
You bet. I'm Don Crawley. I'll see you next time.
For more ideas on how to improve communication and customer service skills in your IT organization, bring Don's one-day IT customer service training seminar on-site to your location for your group, small or large. Visit www.doncrowley.com for the course description and outline. Or pick up a copy of Don's IT customer service book, The Compassionate Geek, How Engineers, IT Pros, and Other Tech Specialists Can Master Human Relations Skills to Deliver Outstanding Customer Service. Available in Kindle and paperback editions through Amazon and other resellers.